Today I'm going to give you an update on the body electronics retreat that I have at the end of August. And we'll be going live on Instagram after the meditation this morning. So live on Instagram, we'll be talking with David Daigle, who is a good friend and student of mine. He's a certified health nut. He also studied with one of my mentors, Robert Tennyson Stevens, conscious language, and he does sacred iris readings as well, where they can look into your eyes and see the challenges that you've had from your ancestry, as well as what's going on in your body now. And so I had a reading from Robert Tennyson Stevens in 2010, and he told me to put cold water on my abdomen, like in the bathtub. It was strange because I hadn't done cold therapy at that time. And within a year or so, I started doing cold showers, and then of course I got deep into ice baths. 2014, 2015. Started doing a lot more cold immersion. And so, and then it's a big part of my lifestyle now. So, and I knew Robert Tennyson Stevens' work, and now David Daigle's. So David Daigle also coaches me and helps me. I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. I give myself permission to feel my joy, to feel my pain into my joy, feel my anger into my joy, etc. And so literally using language to speak into existence that which we wish to see. In the body electronics, so the body is electromagnetic. We are electromagnetic beings, and there's electricity flowing, and electron transfer from the food that we eat, the environment, the air that we breathe, etc. It flows through our system. And depending upon the trauma that we've had, whether it's car accidents, injuries, etc., we can store that in our fascia. We are electromagnetic beings, and our nervous system is where that electricity flows, and the nervous system extends out into the fascia, and the fascia wraps around. It's the connective tissue from the bones through the muscles. It's actually a webbing that goes on all throughout the body. And if we have like a shoulder injury, for example, it can be impinged here, but that affects the way the rest of the body flows. So the idea is to unwind the fascia as much as possible with either massage, nutrition, fasting helps, yoga, qigong, all the techniques that I teach, all the movement techniques, etc. And also I have a training system called the Functional Fascia Fitness, and it's on my Legacy Method program. You can also get it in my my online community, the real ones. And so all my courses, we host everything on Circle. And so business, body, mind, spirit, we address it all. And so so the Functional Fascia Fitness, where you have 2,000 pounds of tensile strength, like a wild animal. You see a gorilla, they're fully integrated and embodied. And so with the training, it's like a hard qigong. And so you're activating from the toes, the metatarsals, all the way up through the core. And the fascia wraps around your head. And again, this is connected through the nervous system, and they are crystalline structures. So it's very important the quality of water that you drink, the quality of food that you eat, your cleanse and detoxification processes because of the environment, all the metals that are in our environment, the contaminants, etc., the industrial waste. And so it's very important, all of those elements, to keep your tissues electric and fluid. And so if we're eating seed oils, artificial coloring, artificial flavoring, gluten, any inflammatory agent, pasteurized dairy, it'll begin to clog up the system, and over time, you know what a baby looks like, right? The tissues are very supple, the blood is flowing, and as we age, we get various wrinkles, etc. And so, the more fresh you can keep your tissues, and the tissues are directly related to your emotions. And I've said this many times: your issues are directly related to your tissues. So, or your tissues are directly related to your psychological issues. So mobilize your tissues to relieve your psychological issues. I've been saying that for years. Also, fasting, that's a great way to mobilize your tissues. Juice cleansing, getting out parasites and fungus, like really getting the tissues to optimize. This is important. I recommend acupuncture, massage. These are all things that keep you highly electric. And obviously the food that you put into your body and the words that you speak. Oftentimes, because of the cell phone radiation, the frequencies, the radio frequencies, even the television shows and the music that we listen to programs the waters of our mind, the waters of our body, and the waters crystallize into the tissues. And so all this is very, very important. And what the sacred body language and the body electronics technique, this is the workbook for the retreat that we're going to have at the end of August. And I'm going to have David Daigle on my Instagram at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so these are all the points, and the points get held by other practitioners, and the heat comes through the body and relieves these psychological issues that are stored in the tissues. So neck pain, back pain, total alleviation of the issues that we have that are basically storing in the body and the mind. Here's some of the points for the feet. And these points are well known, whether it's acupuncture, shiatsu, massage. So getting the fascia, the nervous system to flow, the nutrition on point, forgiving the people that may have harmed us, correcting our language. And I've been a student of this for many years, and I choose to always optimize the language that I speak, because the language affects matter. And so if you're interested in upgrading your consciousness, becoming sovereign, free of pain, stress-free, I teach financial freedom as well. All those aspects, maybe you're blocked energetically. And so, when it comes to either abundance, creating cash flow for yourself, it's all related. And so oftentimes, stuck mind, well, let's say free body, free mind. Flexible body, flexible mind. Stable mind, stable body, right? And so it's all interrelated. There is no ultimate separation. And ultimately, that's why I like to teach full embodiment and integration of ideas, not just some religious text that you've read and kind of wrote like dogmatically. Like, live it and embody it. And then that way you can teach by literal example. And so, yes, so the retreat is at the end of August, and I'll be going live with David Daigle here at 9 a.m. PST on my Instagram channel. Right now, we're going to get into a little meditation We'll do a little bit of breath work, and then we'll go into the silence. So feel free to drop a comment in the box. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're enjoying Certified Health Nut videos, I've been making videos for 2 decades here on 19 years now here on YouTube, and we're always working to optimize and come back to long form content. That's what I'm after, is long form content. Okay, so we're gonna do a little breath of fire, in through the nose and out through the nose. I turn the head from side to side to open up the lymphatic channels in the head. Stretch out the face. We'll do 30 rounds, pumping the belly button into the heart. Exhale all the way. Hold. Inhale, hold. All right, round 1. Round 2. Exhale all the way. Hold. All right, round 3. Then we're going to go into some silent meditation. Pay attention to the breath coming in and out of the nose. You might feel some sensations here, and then ultimately you can feel them all over the body. I can feel this nasal strip on my nose. I can feel the shirt on my body. I can feel me sitting on this pillow. I can feel the atmosphere on my face. All right, round 3. Exhale all the way. Hold. Inhale, hold. All right, there you go. 3 rounds. All right, now we'll get into some silent meditation. See how long we can sit for. Stretch out the face. Again, quick tutorial, and then we'll sit in silence. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys tuning in over the years. You guys have helped me out a lot, and hopefully I've been able to help you guys out with some good holistic knowledge. And so we're going to observe the breath coming in and out of the nose. Observe the breath coming in and out of the nose. This will sharpen the mind. Eventually, you can feel the sensations. Maybe some tingling, cold air coming in, warm air coming out. And then ultimately, you can feel the sensations all over the body, from the top of the head to the tip of the toes. And then you meditate on the sensations. The unconscious, subconscious parts of the mind are always in touch with the sensations of the body. And so, here we go. Focusing on the breath coming in and out of the nose. No specific breath work besides observation. If your mind wanders, just gently bring it back. Everybody's mind wanders. After about 20 minutes or so, you should settle right in. Messages of clarity, understanding, forgiveness, gratitude for what is. All right, guys. There we go with a little bit of grounded and centeredness. Thanks for tuning in. We're going live on Instagram with conscious language practitioner, holistic health aficionado David Daigle. We're going to talk about the body electronics retreat and how to heal from trauma systemically, right? How to heal it, not how to talk about it and drag it out more. So join us over on Instagram. God bless, guys.